Scorpion King and how he came to be, and The Rock was involved in the movie. New villain. It was a movie that really didn't seem to have anything to do with The Mummy Returns, which The Rock was previously in, that WWE were significantly hyping. And I can remember Jim Ross sitting there at ringside with Jerry the King Lawler and reviewing the film, saying that it was a movie that every WWE fan and every fan of The Rock in general should go to check out. He was very heavily praising the DVD and giving it a significant amount of praise, so it kind of instilled in my mind that I really wanted to go see The Scorpion King, which I did. That weekend I tried to get in to see the Spider-Man movie starring Tobey Maguire and Kirsten Dunst, but I was very upset over the fact that I really couldn't get in to see it. Several times in my life I've actually had to resort to going to see a Dwayne Johnson film, such as Race to Witch Mountain or The Scorpion King, when a movie that I had wanted to go see originally either wasn't playing that weekend or was sold out. But I remember going to see The Scorpion King after JR giving it this phenomenal review and being absolutely upset over the movie. Myself and my companion, my friend that I went to see the movie with, I can remember us both agreeing and saying, The Scorpion King really didn't have anything to do with the whole Mummy Returns deal. It really didn't have anything to do with that movie. It didn't tie into anything, and the story behind it was absolutely stupid. Now, there was a lot of action in the movie The Scorpion King, but it really didn't get all that great of a review. And being the suck up that I am, when the DVD came out, simply because The Rock was in it, I went and purchased the DVD and reviewed the features and everything, and then kind of accepted the Scorpion King DVD release into my life. But I wasn't a big fan of the Scorpion King, and after seeing that movie, I really didn't think The Rock was really going to amount to anything in the route of going to Hollywood. I thought that he probably was better off, staying with the business of professional wrestling. But he went on to make other movies like Walking Tall and The Rundown, and for a while there, he, kind of stayed with the genre of action movies. And, after that, he kind of broke away from it after making several returns for WWE. Really didn't work out the way he wanted it to. And I think after, the Goldberg-Rock storyline really didn't come into fruition all that well in 2003. They did the program. It didn't really work out all the way that WWE Creative probably wanted it to go, and really didn't go to the extent that they were hoping it would have went to. After that, then I think The Rock really decided to stay away from the business for over 7 years and do something in regards to Hollywood. He dropped the name The Rock from his, gimmick and everything, and he went on to just simply be referred to as Dwayne Johnson. I remember one particular time he was on the Disney show Wizards of Waverly Place. I'm sure a lot of you out there probably don't watch the show on a regular basis, like I will admit to doing. But he was on, Wizards of Waverly Place, and he said, "I'm the actor Dwayne Johnson, the famous actor Dwayne Johnson. An actor is all I've ever been, and an actor is all I ever will be." He completely eluded the fact and avoided the fact that he was a professional wrestler. So I think that was when, right then and there, when he started appearing on all these Disney shows, like Wizards of Waverly Place, Hannah Montana, and Corey in the House, I think right there is when he made the decision, I'm done with wrestling, I'm never going to be a part of it. And just recently, he posted on his official Facebook page, which has over 2 million fans, garnering new fans every day, that he plans to never wrestle again. And you can go to The Rock's Facebook page by checking it out, facebook.com/Dwayne Johnson, as you can the WWE Facebook page, which is heavily promoting the return of The Rock, facebook.com/WWE, two very interesting universal redirectional links for you to check out. But I really think that, a lot of fans are probably happy due to the fact that The Rock is now back to his old ways of making movies that are jam-packed with action. For a while there, we were getting used to seeing him in Race to Witch Mountain, which was a good remake of the original film, I will give you that, and it was Disney's first attempt at putting The Rock in a movie where there was a significant amount of action. It involved a lot of kids, and him intermingling with kids, but there was a lot of great action in that movie. Movies like The Game Plan, which he starred in with Madison Payton, formerly of Corey the House, I really think that movie really destroyed The Rock's credibility when it comes to him, being involved with movies. I mean, fans who checked that out were familiar from seeing The Rock in movies like The Rundown, Movies like Walking Tall, movies like The Scorpion King, movies that saw The Rock in an action-thrilled environment. And I think that a lot of fans are going to be really happy to know that with this Blu-ray release of Faster, we're going to get to see The Rock back in his old element and back into familiar territory of kicking ass, taking names, blowing shit up, and providing us with the action-thrilled, rock-solid Rock that we've been used to from the early 90s, from 1999 and so forth, and in 1996 when his career began at the November Survivor Series of 1996 when he was part of that amazing 5-on-5 Survivor Series elimination match. But I really think that, fans are thrilled over the fact that The Rock is back now, doing what he's doing, and he's back to this, his familiar stomping grounds of being involved in these action-thrilled movies. Now, don't get me wrong, Faster definitely is the first action movie from The Rock in a significant amount of years. But, the movies that he was in for Disney, when he announced that he had signed a short-term contract with Disney to appear on some of their sitcoms and to appear, in children movies, I really liked that idea from The Rock. He's going to try something different, especially when he was in that first animated movie, Planet 51, where the aliens thought they were like ordinary, everyday human beings. I really think that he did something different, and he wanted to achieve more. And that promo that he cut on Raw several months back, where he talked about wanting to achieve more and leaving the business, I really think that he did achieve more. And movies like Planet 51, Race to Witch Mountain, and The Game Plan really are pure examples of him wanting to achieve more, because he wanted to branch out to a younger audience and entertain younger fans. It's okay for 13 and above to go check out these explosive movies that The Rock is in, like Fast or Walking Tall or Rundown and The Mummy. But I really think that it's also great for the young youth to see The Rock, paying attention to the young children who want to see movies like Race to Witch Mountain, and who want to check out shows like Wizards of Waverly Place and Hannah Montana. I really, give The Rock a lot of credit for being able to do that. I, for one, kind of miss, The Rock being in these action movies, and is kind of happy. I'm kind of happy, that The Rock is, making action movies now. And, this movie, Faster, is going to be jam-packed with it, so it's going to bring us back to, 1998, and 2001, when movies like, The Scorpion King came out and it was full of action, The Rock's first ever action-packed movie. And back in 1998, when he was the WWF champion and part of the corporation, I miss those days. So I really think that Faster is really going to bring back the action element of The Rock. So I give him, a tremendous amount of credit for being able to do that and make that transition back into it after we've seen him, being a tooth fairy, being involved in The Game Plan, Race to Witch Mountain, and what have you. No doubt the Tooth Fairy destroyed The Rock's credibility as well, along with The Game Plan. Several of the movies that The Rock has made recently have destroyed The Rock's credibility. The animated one that he was in, Planet 51, that was a phenomenal idea on the part of several movie companies when they made the decision to make that movie, because this was the first rock movie that featured him, being the voice of an animated astronaut who went to this planet that was covered with aliens, and it was entertaining. It was the first attempt by The Rock to make an animated movie, and I think we're going to see several other animated movies from him in years to come. But I really think that this Faster DVD, which is now available on Blu-ray and the typical DVD, is going to give the fans a break from seeing him on Disney shows like Hannah Montana, like Wizards of Waverly Place, where he went on record for saying he's an actor and that's all he's ever been. I think that this is going to bring back the familiar Rock from 1998 and 2001 when The Scorpion King was released that we're used to seeing. And if you're not, if that's not enough Rock for you, if Faster doesn't provide you enough of the original Dwayne Johnson, you can always check him out for the time being on WWE programming and WWE.com. But if you want to check out, more information on the movie faster, you can always go to imd.com, Internet Movie Database, which includes a significant amount of information about the movie, general summaries, reviews, and information on the cast. You can find that up by going to imd.com, Internet Movie Database, which also includes a variety of information about your favorite movies, actors, and some of the upcoming films that are being produced in Hollywood. The Rock definitely, has garnered a tremendous reputation both inside and outside of the ring. No doubt he is a legend. This is one thing I will always say about someone who is involved in something, whether it's professional wrestling, football, hockey, whatever. Once you have done something for over 10 years, you have definitely done it for a significant amount of time, and you have earned the right to be considered a legend. People like Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Booker T, Trish Stratus, who are doing stuff for WWE right now just for the hell of it, definitely have done what they came to do. They came, they saw, they conquered, and they garnered the reputation of being a legend. And definitely The Rock deserves to be placed in that same category. Regardless if people like John Cena and other professional wrestlers, especially in the independents, want to turn around and say, oh, The Rock turned his back on the business 7 years ago and went away for 7 years to do something else because he didn't care about the fans. Regardless of what your opinion is about The Rock, you have to give Dwayne Johnson a tremendous amount of credit for being able to make the return that he did, and also give him a lot of credit for still, being involved with the young youth, making these animated movies and everything. He's trying to please everyone. We're used to seeing The Rock from 1996 and so forth, when he was, The Rock, candy ass whooping, guy that he was. But we're also used to seeing The Rock now as the movie actor. So I think he's really trying to, please everybody. But definitely, no matter what he does, no matter if it's, being